I love Deadpool, just in general.
Are
you just looking at things and saying that you love them? I love Deadpool, okay? I love Deadpool.
This is now showing.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby.
Hello and welcome to Now Showing.
I'm Beau.
I'm Ben.
And this is the podcast where we argue about movies.
And this week we're discussing Deadpool.
I love Deadpool. I've never read a comic, and I love Deadpool. Hey, Ben, ask me what my favorite comic book character is.
What's your favorite comic book character?
Deadpool! He's sassy, a smartass, absolutely full of pop culture references, and is so self-aware. I've always been a Ryan Reynolds fan, from his days in Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, through his good and bad movies. I even loved him in Blade Trinity. Everyone knows Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Even Deadpool knows Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. And even Deadpool was livid when X-Men Origins fucked up Deadpool. And so, our hopes for a Deadpool movie washed down the drain, along with Ryan Reynolds' superhero image. Green Lantern, anyone? That was until a little bit of test footage leaked onto YouTube, and the internet lost its shit. The rest is history.
And today, we bring you the post-movie discussion of Deadpool, the Merc with the Mouth, and his very own R-rated film.
While it wasn't as R-rated as I expected, this film was everything I hoped it would be. Fucking hilarious, action-packed, and fourth wall breaking to the max. There is very little I wasn't on board with, and the little stuff I can forgive because we have a fucking Deadpool movie! Oh god, if you're over 18, see this film. And yes, I will be touching myself tonight. Deadpool, 4.5 stars.
How could it have been more R-rated? You say...
There's like 3 R-rated scenes. Max.
Oh, yeah, list them. What do you mean? Which ones?
Alright, so the only like nudity scenes was Ryan Reynolds, which was...
And there was some nudity in that. It was awesome.
Well, not a lot. Like, it was very brief flashes, you know?
Yeah.
And
but
I don't
expect the leads to get that naked.
True.
And that
pornographic.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's yeah.
There was like a little bit of nudity from Ryan Reynolds, and then there was a where they go into a strip club and the women are just completely...
I was referring more to her.
Completely naked.
There's the scene where, I mean, yeah, there's a scene where she's just full out there. It was great.
Well, not really. She was still mostly
covered by hands.
Yeah, that wasn't anything like
I didn't expect her to do that. I mean, Ryan Reynolds loves getting shirtless. He got shirtless all the time. So does the bad guy. Yeah. So there's a little bit of sexiness.
Yeah,
not a lot.
The violence. There was a couple of gruesome splat bits and losing a couple of heads, decapitation, that sort of stuff.
And it is so exaggerated that it's. Yeah, I guess it was closer to some
horrific.
of the MA stuff we see because it was very video gamey in some ways.
Exactly. It was not horrific. It wasn't really that out there and in your face. It was. I thought it was quite low key and manageable.
There was quite a bit of swearing though as well.
Well, yes.
I think the swearing is probably the thing that took it over the top. One of the bits that had me laughing the best was when a guy's riding past on the motorcycle and Deadpool's trying to shoot at him and he's going, fuck, shit, fuck, bad Deadpool, as he's missing. That was so cool.
That was really, really good. He only had 12 bullets.
Yeah.
He's just like, miss, fuck, god damn it. Bad Deadpool. And then he shoots another guy in the head. Good Deadpool.
And it was all those little asides that were the best bit of the film.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is so good in his voice.
Yeah.
And his look, he looks so great in either the horrible scarred version of him.
Yep.
Which was great because it wasn't just sexy face with scars on it. It was like they bloated his face and sort of made him all like warped and
with no eyebrows. And...
Yeah. He really looked great. He looked great as that. He looked great as Deadpool. He sounded so good, and his voice moved all over the place whenever he did the asides.
Yeah,
like there was so often when he'd say something to himself, and then he'd go over there, and then he'd talk again. You know, and it would be like just jumping all over the place.
Yeah, with the cab ride and the like that cab driver was one of my favorite little side characters. It's just. He went with it, and he was just like, there's this random guy in a red suit. We called him Mr. Pool. and yeah, like Deadpool is just going like, I did not tell him to do that. Like, don't, you're going to let him out of the trunk. kill him. And, you know, go and win your lady's heart back. Kidnap her.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of the taxi driver. He was so good.
Yeah.
I sort of hoped the post scene was going to be him
Me too.
doing something. That would have been great. And it's so great that he drives around despite the fact that Deadpool never gives him any money.
Never pays him. I assume a crisp high five, Mr. Poole. Man, for this, you get a crisp 10.
What were you worried about going into the film? Because seeing all the trailers, I mean, each trailer got me more pumped up because the publicity for the film was so good.
Yeah.
Even when we were walking out of the cinema, there was a big billboard with Deadpool sort of leaning coyly across the side, and it said, "You should have bought your tickets online," which is just great. Like, it's so simple, and really, like, if you're standing in the line, you're looking at that, and you're thinking, "I should have bought my tickets online." And there's just so many little clever things they did like that. But seeing all those trailers, the one thing I was worried about was that the fourth wall breaking stuff was going to remove me from the film.
Yeah.
But nothing. No, it didn't. And quite the opposite. It put me in the film more because when he does break the fourth wall, what was really great was that he was doing it in character still.
Yeah.
Like when he's angry in character, when he talks to you, he's angry. Or when he's flipping and making fun and jokes and stuff, he's still flipping and fun when he breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
So-
Colossus is just like, I'm right here.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. And he doesn't reference that, and no other characters reference the fact that it just seems like he's talking to himself, which is
Yeah.
amazing. And you can sort of justify that in your head. You could think, and also he doesn't do it when he's human.
Oh, wait, you mean when before he got all his face fucked up? Or do
Yeah.
you mean he only does it in the Deadpool suit?
No, he did it after he got tortured.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a sign that, you know, he's mentally unstable, and to everyone else he's just talking to people that aren't
I
there.
guess there are some, like, there's the fourth wall breaking fourth wall bit.
Yeah.
Where there's the 16 walls, where he's actually human at that point, isn't he? No, 'cause he
he's
hasn't
still
got
fucked up. He just didn't have the suit on.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I thought that was a great little touch. That it's just all in his head, sort of, or that people are watching him. He thinks.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, fourth wall breaking, fourth wall scene. That makes it like 16 walls.
So yeah, I was just surprised that the breaking the fourth wall didn't remove me from the film, which was just so clever.
My one reservation going into the film, I was really scared that all of the scenes, I was really scared that the good scenes had been shown off already in the trailers.
And
because
to be
they've been
fair, a lot of them had.
Yes. There are so
We'll
many
come back
good
to that
scenes
in a
in
bit.
it. So many good scenes, but I was afraid that all of them would be shown in the trailer, or in that huge array of trailers leading up to this film. And that was what I was a bit afraid of. And towards the start, that's what happened. Everything that came up at the start, we'd already seen. Almost everything.
Well, everything in the first half of the film is the trailers, because it's basically two scenes. If you had to describe this film without doing all the breaking of the walls and stuff, it was that he tracks him down once, fails, and he escapes due to Colossus and what was her name? Teenage Warhead,
Teenage radioactive warhead or something.
it was Nega Teenage Warhead or something.
Yeah, Negasonic.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah,
which is great. Colossus and her appear and let the bad guy away, and then he tracks him down again and fights him again. So it's essentially like two bits. You know what I mean? Like the bit before, and he tracks him down again, and he tracks him again. So it's a really short film in that sense. And everything we saw in the trailers was on the freeway.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some bits in the trailers that come from later on, but I don't know. It felt so small and short, and I don't know if I love that or if I hated that. Because
you want more.
Yeah, I definitely want more.
You want so much more. It felt like the movie just went like that.
Yeah, it went by so quickly.
I was just like, was that an hour and a half? I felt like 40 minutes. I was just like, can't we have another another what we just had again?
Oh, and also conversely, a lot of stuff that was in the trailers wasn't in the film. Like, it seemed like there was a lot of ad-libbing and a lot of there are some
there were some things that were changed around and some things that were
variations on it, which seemed intentional almost. Like TJ Miller is the in the opening credits, it was everyone had nicknames.
Yeah, well, there were no actual names. It just
Yeah.
had like handsome lead actor and
gratuitous cameo.
Yeah.
And comic relief. And so TJ Miller was the comic relief, the best buddy who
gratuitous cameo, Stan Lee.
And TJ Miller's the wisecracking sidekick comic relief dude, and all his dialogue that was in one of the trailers was the same, but just a spin on it. Was obviously a different take or something.
Yeah.
So it meant watching the film, it was all a little bit new and original, which is great.
It was because he was more succinct in the trailer, and then he sort of, extended it a bit in the film's actual scene. Because in the trailer it goes, "You look like an avocado hate fucked an older avocado."
Yeah, and it was a longer sentence in the actual film.
It was
like,
still
he kept
ultimately
talking.
the same thing.
Yeah.
But it was done. Yeah, it was great. It was changed up enough that you still got a laugh out of it. But
And Reynolds' response to it was different as well. In
Yeah.
the trailer, he says, "Thank you," really earnestly.
Yeah.
But in the film, he's like, "That's enough." So once again, it changes the play between the two of them. Yeah, it was I hope that was intentional.
yeah.
I hope they were intentionally taking takes that weren't in the film. And amazing, imagine if that happened. Imagine if we started seeing trailers that were slight spins on the actual film. That would be so cool.
My mind would explode. That would be amazing.
Because that means when you go to see the film and it's a different performance. Oh, that's cool.
If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the Deadpool guys.
Yeah. Because all their publicity stuff was amazing.
Yeah. Everything. The posters, the little mini snippets of Deadpool, Australia Day.
Which, when the film opens and he's doing the Australian accent mocking Hugh Jackman for like the first of 16 times.
Yeah.
Because he appears there, like he talks about him there. He says Polverine later on.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman appears as the second
magazine.
Who Weekly Sexiest Man Alive magazine.
Yeah.
And then-
After Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. So Ryan Reynolds, yeah. Which one came first?
Ryan Reynolds.
Did Ryan...
Ryan Reynolds' Sexiest Man Alive was there first, and then Hugh Jackman when he's packing the bag full of a bajillion guns that he then just forgets.
Oh, and then he... Oh, hey, plot hole. If he left that bag, how did he cut the face off to put under his mask? He probably did it beforehand.
He probably did it in the cab.
Yeah. That was so great when he's sitting in the cab fiddling, and then he's drawing, waiting for the bad guys. Like, that answered some stuff for me in films. Like, sometimes the heroes are waiting to ambush or the bad guys are waiting to ambush. What the fuck are they doing? They're probably sitting there drawing, which is so great. It just answers those little questions you have.
So did you see the test footage when it first came out on YouTube?
Yeah.
And what was your reaction to it?
It was great. It was amazing.
Yeah?
I was glad that in the film, it was sort of the test footage, but sped up.
Yeah.
Because it's one scene in the test footage where he jumps into the van, the SUV, and bashes everyone up, and it felt a little long. It felt drawn out just to show us what Deadpool can do. And then when it came to that bit in the film, which is only 5-10 minutes in, I was like, oh well, damn, I've already seen this. But no, what they did was they condensed it. It's cut into like 30 seconds, and Deadpool really doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's getting shot, he's being stabbed, and he's sort of like being wisecrack. Like, instantly I was on board. Because they changed up what was the test footage.
Yeah.
But still, it was once again, just like the trailer. It was what we'd seen, but it was fresh. It was new.
It was new, yeah. And they still showed off what Deadpool could do, but in the later scenario, when he gets out of the car and has only 12 bullets, that was one of the best introductions to a superhero and what he can do that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, you lost your crap when he's fighting Colossus, and he punches Colossus in the face and breaks his arm, and he does it with the other arm. He's not learning.
He goes in the face, breaks his head. He goes, and then he just while he's sitting there nursing it, then he tries to just sock punch Colossus in the balls and breaks his other hand. He's just like, well, flying kick, and then
the way his leg breaks is amazing. And he lands face down on the ground, and not like all his limbs are like, they look so messed up. It was great.
I was laughing so hard. It was just so pitiful that like this is just Colossus not doing anything, and Deadpool's maiming himself on him.
And like, that's the first time, and there's another time later on when the heroes are so well matched. So they're fighting Angel, I think her name is, the big heavy chick.
She's gonna
who
do
can fight
she's gonna
Colossus.
do a superhero drop.
Yeah, that was a great bit.
Do a superhero drop.
And she lands, boom, and creates this crater. And Deadpool's so excited. He's like all giddy and girly about it. It's like completely impractical, terrible on your knees.
They all do it though.
One of the bit that had me the best was right after he gets away. So the bad guy gets away on the motorcycle.
And Ryan Reynolds
and Ryan Reynolds is like gasping, and he looks so shocked. And whenever he got angry too, you really feel his anger because he's just swearing. I won't do it now because it's just gratuitous, like fucks and shits everywhere, and he's just kicking stuff and punching things.
Well, you maimed the wrong guy.
And it's just how you feel when you but like you see it in so many films where the bad guy gets away, but they don't react properly.
Yeah.
He reacted like a human would, which is really weird because he's like over the top and like flamboyant.
Yeah.
But he's still like I don't know. I engaged with that more than someone being upset that someone's been taken away from
Just
them.
being like, ah, damn it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, just losing his shit. Guns! Where are the guns? I need the guns. How many do you need? All of the guns!
Or even in the ending when the whole like the ship crater falls over and he goes, "How cool was that?"
That was the most...
And then he gets tackled again. Yeah. Bad guy.
Bad guy?
Yeah. Good enough.
Good enough, not quite as impressive as he could have been. I didn't believe that he couldn't feel. Like the whole idea is that he feels nothing, and it's I was watching an interview with the actor who played him, who played Ajax, and he tried to base Ajax's character off the Blade Runner villain, the
Rukawa.
the robot dude, and that sort of line of that he's not a bad guy. It's just that he has no empathy, and he has no feelings one way or the other. It makes no difference to him.
Yeah, he did. He hated Deadpool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that I didn't believe that there was no feeling because he felt satisfaction and he felt happiness at watching Deadpool suffer. Because the whole idea of him as a villain is that it's not that he's necessarily evil. It's just that...
Yeah, and he was intentionally sadistic during the torture scene.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think that's quite the right reading of it. It was that he literally can't feel pain.
But
and
he said he couldn't feel anything.
Yeah, but he also says that he has a cure for Deadpool. He also says a bunch of other shit. He's
Yeah.
just teasing and tormenting Wade at that stage.
Yes.
And when he is torturing Wade, I really hated him. I really wanted Wade to get up and start fighting him. And that was so amazing when the thing explodes, the place where he's being tortured explodes, and he has to fight him again. And you're like, oh God, poor Wade, Jesus. And he's getting the shit beaten out of him. He gets stabbed through the heart and left there to burn. I didn't expect that scene either. I expected the flaming wreckage and for him to crawl away. Here was one weird thing, that the burns didn't come from the fire, that he just got tortured into mutating.
Spontaneously mutating into looking like that.
Which apparently is different from his comic book origin.
Okay.
In that through the torture or whatever, he gets burnt and
Across his whole body, and it doesn't, and then it scars, and then he gets regenerative powers.
yeah, and so he just sort of stops at the area at that level that he's at.
Yeah.
Which makes a bit more sense. Like, it just seemed a bit arbitrary that he mutates like that.
Yeah.
But then again, it did make you hate the bad guy even more, because the bad guy did it to him, and the bad guy loved doing it to him.
That's true. I would agree with that. I think that I would have preferred if it was a little bit more, or a little bit less contrived, a little bit more in line with the Deadpool comics. But
like if he got put on fire, and when he's on fire, he mutates.
Yeah.
And so that leaves him all scarred.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just would have made more sense. It just seems a weird
along with
weird
this,
order to do stuff in.
yeah, along with this line of thought, was there anything else that stood out as something that you did not enjoy in the film?
Well, yeah, the structure that I mentioned before of just the two parts felt too short. I wanted another act in there. But then again, the middle act that I was expecting, you and I were debating what it was going to be about beforehand. Because we'd seen so many trailers, we were like, it's going to open on the freeway chase.
Yep.
And then it's going to break the fourth wall. Then it's going to jump back to the...
origin
the origin
thing.
story and thingy. There were a couple of surprises along the way, but one of the big ones was the tracking him down the second time went by so quickly. Or like when he's building the suit, he builds a white suit and he gets blood on it. He builds a red suit, he's
and then
doing
he just
better.
goes into spandex.
And then he goes into spandex. Like all that stuff was so condensed and so quick, and the way they approached each scene was really, it surprised me. For example, he finds the Agent Smith character, or the character that he's nicknaming Agent Smith, and he tortures him straight away, and he even pans the camera away from the torture.
You want to look away for this.
Yeah, and I don't know, there are a few surprises in what I expected to be a different type of middle bit to the film. So
Yeah.
sorry, this isn't answering your question. This is saying that the things that did surprise me about the structure were great, and that it was so short and so surprising that it just felt like a breeze. But then again, the things I didn't like, too short. Not enough. This is going to sound weird. Colossus was great, but I really don't like the inconsistencies between the films of Colossus.
Colossus in X-Men films versus
Yeah, I
Colossus
think this is the third time he's appeared, and I don't know. In the X-Men films, he's always seemed a bit lame. In this film, he's really CG. Like he's not. You can't really see a person under there anymore. Whenever they shoot him, he's kind of like separate, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I didn't. I loved Colossus in the film. I don't know about the visual rendering of him, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I want to see more of the girl too. Damn it! I just want to see more of everything.
Which is not a
great
bad
complaint to have.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. And I think it's one of the first films that I've seen you be like, it was just too short. It was too succinct. It was too quick.
Yeah. Actually, I complain about things that should be removed all the time, don't I?
All the time.
Yeah, every film I'm like, this scene should have been cut or this scene should go on. But in this one, I want more of everything.
Exactly. I can't recall a film that you've ever said, I just want more of the lot.
Oh my god, how good was the bit when Deadpool got stabbed in the head and he's seeing his girlfriend for the first time in like ages.
Yeah.
And he sees little animated creatures running around her that are sort of replicating what he's thinking. So they start off as like happy unicorns and stuff, and then they start getting like sort of sexualized and they're licking her and things. It was amazing. And the music slows down too. And then as he pulls it up, it speeds back up. That was an amazing little moment. You're asking me about what I hated about the film, but all I could do is list things that I loved. This film was great.
My only complaint, my one and only complaint about Deadpool is that, one, I want more, and two, I'm still not sure if I'm on board with that purely happy ending. I think the ending was a little bit too happy for me.
Yep. Because they're making out in the wreckage of the thing, and he's even making fun of it, saying, everyone loves a happy ending. Pull out. It's going to be the only thing pulling out tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You did want another little denouement, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to... Actually...
I wanted her to look at his face, recoil, and go, you know what? I can't do that. And
No,
then just
I wanted
leaving him there.
I wanted to repeat the sexy scene from before. Like, just go gratuitous, just for the out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, with Deadpool all mummified and fucked up.
Yeah, or like
Naked.
yeah, you're right. It did need something shocking there at the end, like a final punchline.
Yeah.
and it was missing that. Or even Deadpool turning down the camera and saying something. But then again, that's all the stuff that we would have predicted. So just ending like that is it once again leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, I was waiting for something, bad to happen, like her to recoil at his face, or for her to go, or for something to come out and kill her, or something, something that wasn't going to be a happy ending, but it was.
Oh, and I'm so glad that she didn't get the Iron Man 3 treatment, where I thought she was going to be tortured and given superpowers in exactly the same way as Iron Man 3, where Gwyneth Paltrow, she gets, in Iron Man 3 it makes no sense, where he's torturing her, and the results are that 90% of the time they get superpowers, but 10% of the time they die.
Yeah.
And then they think she dies, and she comes back, and she kicks ass, and she's just as powerful as Tony Stark is. That's what they seem to be setting it up for, because she gets put into the torture tank, and the guy is sadistic as fuck. So that's what it seemed to be setting it up for. But I was so glad that it didn't. That it was just she's normal, and the thing going for them is that they speak the same way.
Yeah.
Which is adorable. All the dialogue between them was fantastic.
He may be the merc with the mouth, but she's the lass with the mouth.
The stripper with the mouth?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
I love the scene of them like falling in love.
You mean where they're having sex at different times of the year?
Yeah.
One? Or the one right before it, where they're teasing each other about how bad their lives are.
Just both. the whole courting. The whole courting thing, and then it was just like, all these, just them having sex at different times of the year, and then just out of the blue, Wade saying, I love you, and then they're just all of a sudden, bam, together forever. I thought that was adorable, and he's like, you're my sort of crazy, is what he said.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah.
And his character pre-conversion was a surprise too. Didn't expect Wade Wilson to be... I haven't read... I've read a few of the Deadpool comics, only where he crossed over with other people. Like, I was really interested in Deadpool versus Venom, but it reduced into the same sort of, like, they just beat on each other for a while until they go their separate ways. I think that's the way most of these crossovers go. But end credit scene.
Yes.
So there are sort of two end credit scene. The first one where it's a replication of the Ferris Bueller's ending, where he pops out and says, "Oh, you're still here. Go home. It's over." And the second one where he says, "Oh, by the way, we're going to have cable in number 2, so give us money."
Yeah. We're definitely going to have cable. We're still looking at casting options, though. I mean, could be... who did he say? Could be...
Was it Russell Crowe? No.
No.
Kurt
One
Russell?
was Dolph Lundgren. Before that was...
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be so-and-so. Could be Dolph Lundgren. Could be Keira Knightley. She's got range.
And apparently Cable and Deadpool are like a big thing. Apparently they team up a lot.
Okay.
But he might be the bad guy in the next one, which would be awesome.
Ooh.
Which would be cool.
I can't wait for the new one. Give me more Deadpool. Can we go see it again? I really want to see it again.
Yeah, I do want to see it again. Yeah. So
right.
what stars did you give it in the beginning?
4.5.
Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Oh, Beau. Now, that's a big call because 4.5 is what I would consider the perfect film.
No, 5 is the perfect
film. You never
film.
give 5 stars to a film because no matter how perfect it is, you
But
can't,
then what's
it's
the
not
point in
perfect.
having a 5 out of 5 if you're never going to give it?
Because there's always something that could be better. It's 4.5 is the max.
I don't understand why even the best film that you've ever seen would still not get 5 stars for you.
Because
What's
there's
the
always
point
something-
in having a perfect score if you're not going to give it?
I'm never going to give anything 5 stars. Well, he says now. I'm never going to give anything 5 stars. So
gonna use
4.5 is the max it can get. Therefore, I'm giving Deadpool 4. 4 out of 5. An amazingly fun time. One and more
So
satisfaction.
your max score is 4 out of 5. You get 4.5 is 4.5 out of 5. Your
Yep.
max score. So
Yep.
you're giving it a 4.
Yeah.
Mine is a 5 out of 5, so I'm giving it 4.5.
Well, I guess we're in coalition there.
What's the point in having something and not using it?
Because one day. Actually, that's why. That's exactly why. Because I'm always searching and hoping for that 5-star film.
The second you give it 5 stars, I'm taking that clip of I never give anything 5 stars. And
Until
playing
then,
it.
and that will be the perfect film. That'll be Batman vs Superman.
You wish, buddy.
Or Suicide Squad. Or Captain America Civil War. Damn it, there's a lot of cool ones coming out.
And we can't wait to review all of them. But Deadpool, are you going to tell everyone to go see it? Because I'm telling everyone to go see it.
Yeah, go see it.
If you're over
it's
18 and can get in, even if you're going to sneak into the R-rated film, I don't even care. This is a film to see.
It's great. Great time, good fun, awesome. 4 stars.
This is now showing